Hello and welcome to How to Win Catan in 6 rolls. My name is Mouse and I really need to get a life. Let's just get straight into it. So first, how do you win Catan? Apparently, allegedly, there are 143 unique ways to win Settlers of Catan, according to some random blog I found from like 9 years ago. But our essential question is, what is the fastest theoretical combination of rolls and actions to reach 10 points? How can we win the fastest? What is the least number of rolls needed? Just a primer, the most card efficient win in the game requires just 23 cards, but is not our win combination, spoiler. And that's largest army, which is 9 cards minus 3 with perfect steals, longest road, which takes 5 cards with your 2 starting roads, 1 road and a road building, and 4 victory points for 12 cards. However, the big problem with this win is that it requires at least 5 turns to play, the 3 knights and a road builder, the first turn and 1 turn each after that. So it's not the winning combination we're looking at. We're going to be looking for any winning without largest army. So if we want sub 9, if we want a turn 2 victory, we are limited to 1 single playable development card, and really the only card that makes sense in this situation is a Monopoly. So you can probably see where I'm going with this. So let's look at this board real quick. This board I handmade, but it can theoretically be generated using base random settings. Base random just means that sixes and eights can't touch, same numbers can touch, and all the numbers are randomly placed. This is different from your default number spiral that comes with the base game, but is perfectly legal. It's in the rules. I have shown this to people and they of course go, this board is impossible to make. But no, it is. It's just a different generation. I much prefer base random myself. But for our purposes, most of this board is completely irrelevant. Let's go ahead and get rid of all the numbers we don't care about. All these numbers aren't necessary for this win. Let's remove the unnecessary hexes. All we care about is these 4 sheep tiles, a ore, wheat, and brick tile. And because these numbers here, we're setting the dice rolls in this hypothetical scenario. It doesn't actually matter if it's 11 or 9 or 3. All that matters is that they're coordinated. So we're just going to remove those and replace them with X and Y. And that is our board setup. We only need 3 of orange, white, and blue, and we'll be playing as red, starting on the sheep port. So blue will go first, and then red will go second. That is our protagonist, and then white, and then orange. Blue, white, and orange's first settlements are completely irrelevant. All we care about is what they're starting with in their hand, and we really just care that they are starting with 2 sheep each, and orange starts with 3 sheep, for a total of 7 sheep in between them. I'm sure Catan players out there will see where I'm going with this win combination. The other players are only in this scenario to produce sheep for us to steal later. You'll see how that works out, and you'll see how many sheep they have under the opposition sheep column in my chart. Red starts with a dev card in hand, an ore, wheat, and sheep. And yeah, let's get right into the rolls. So roll 1, we're still at 2 points. We roll a X, which gives us 2 ore and 1 wheat. And then blue will pass. And then we'll roll another X, leaving us with 5 ore, 3 wheat, and 1 sheep. And then we'll city and buy a development card, which is a Monopoly. And that leaves us with 1 ore in hand. Continuing on to roll 3, we roll X for a 3rd time in a row. This time generating 3 ore and 2 wheat, leaving us with 4 ore and 2 wheat in hand. Roll 4 is finally a change-up. It is Y, and this generates 2 sheep for us and 1 brick, but it also generates 2 more sheep into the opposition's hands. Roll 5 is also a Y, generating 2 more sheep and 1 more brick, and 2 more sheep into the opposition's hands. And spoiler, 3rd Y in a row, and our 6 rolls also Y, leaving us with a final hand of 4 ore, 2 wheat, 6 sheep, and 3 brick, and the opposition now has 13 sheep in hand. And now is Red's turn again, and this is the final turn in the game. Red is of course going to Monopoly 13 sheep, leaving them with every single sheep in the game in their hand. Then they're going to use their 2-to-1 port to port 14 of those sheep down for 1 ore, 3 wheat, and 3 wood, 7 cards. And then they're going to play their 3 roads and take road for 5 points. And then they're going to buy 5 development cards in a row. And of course, naturally, those are 5 victory points. And they will win the game just like that in 6 rolls. That's about all I have for this short little video. The winning combination requires 1 city, 6 dev cards, and 3 roads, or 29 cards in total, which turns out to 9 ore, 8 wheat, 6 sheep, and 3 of wood and brick. The actual resources used to accomplish this was 36 cards, which is 8 ore, 5 wheat, 20 sheep, 0 wood, and 3 brick. We just roll 3 X's followed by 3 Y's, and again, those can be any numbers. The only rolls that really matter is that X must roll twice in the beginning, and then Y, and then X, Y, Y, Y can be rolled in any sequence. And I've really seriously spent too much time thinking about this, and I think this is the absolute limit. I started out at 9 rolls, and I've worked my way down to 6, and I don't think it can be done in 5. I would really be surprised. So if you think it can be done in 5, feel free to prove me wrong. I'd love to see it.